From Doran Park in Bourne, Massachusetts, this is Braves Baseball. Alongside Joran Palacio, I'm Sam Wiederhaft. Rain is in the forecast. No drops yet, but Joran, this could be another rainy game.
Yeah, and then we're getting the remnants of Tropical Storm Barry that went through parts of Louisiana, parts of the South Coast. So now it's made its way up to the east up here by us in Bourne, Massachusetts. So we'll be getting the remnants of that. The weather reports say that it's not going to start raining till about 7:30-ish. However, it's very gray, very dreary in the sky right now. So it looks like the Braves are in two games tonight, one against the Red Sox and one against Mother Nature.
It's the Braves half of the home-and-home series with the YD Red Sox, and last night didn't go so well. A 9-4 loss that was called after 8 innings due to darkness over at Red Wilson Field. But, Joran, a close game for most of the matchup.
Yeah, and in fact, the Braves actually had the lead in the top of the 6th inning. Judge Fabian hit a 2-run home run to take a 3-2 lead. Problem is, Carl Johnson, who did not have a great night, and that's the first time I've said that all season long, he gave up the tying run in the bottom half of the 6th, and then in the 7th inning, the Red Sox put 6 runs, and after that, it was all over. A close game up until that point, but we've seen all season long, Sam, that one bad inning has derailed the Braves all year long.
And you mentioned him. Let's talk about him. Judge Fabian hits another home run last night. That's 2 in 2 nights. And at the time, put the Braves in the lead 3-2. Joran, how has he been able to break out of this slump where he went just 1 for 16 last week?
Well, I think he's an all-star for a reason, Sam. It's easy to tell why, because Fabian has been able to make big at-bats in big situations. He had a 2-run home run against Katuic a couple nights ago, had the go-ahead home run, another 2-run bomb against YD yesterday to give the Braves the lead. So he has really risen to the occasion, and you know what's the craziest thing about him, Sam? He is only 18 years old.
A young gun and certainly one of the best teams for the Braves this season. It's a gloomy evening, but we are still ready for Wednesday night baseball between the Bourne Braves and the YD Red Sox. Lineups and first pitch are coming up next. You're watching Bourne Braves on YouTube. A little darker than we're used to for first pitch, but we'll take it. No raindrops. Yeah, that's the good thing. Let's take a look at how the YD Red Sox will line up for tonight's game, the second game in a row. They'll be playing the Bourne Braves. Leading it off will be Wyatt Young playing short. Brad Beasley's in the second spot. He's in center. Tate Samuelson, the first baseman, in the 3 spot. Noah Campbell playing in left in the cleanup spot. Riley King is the third baseman, batting 5. Sam Hall in the 6. Carson Taylor in the 7. He's catching today. Andrew Eister is the DH, and R.J. Yeager, the second baseman, will round it out, and they'll be going up against the Braves lefty, Nick Dumkowski.
Yeah, Nick Dumkowski coming into today's game at 1-2 in ERA at 3.42, making his 6th start of the season. He's thrown 21 innings, 15 strikeouts, and we last saw him back against Wareham on July 11th, where he had a no decision in that game, threw 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, 6 hits, striking out 5. And interestingly enough, Sam, the Braves making some roster moves earlier this morning. He'll be pitching to his Hartford teammates behind the plate, new addition Robert Carmody.
Carmody comes in as the second catcher as Jacob Campbell was released earlier today. We heard he was dealing with an injury, so he gets sent home, and Robert Carmody is the number 2 catcher behind Jackson Greer.
So we saw Jacob Campbell struggle a lot with stolen bases allowed. So Carmody now steps in, and immediately the day he's activated, he's thrown into the fire, going up against and catching for not only his teammates, but for a very active offense in this YD Red Sox team.
It's Carmody behind the plate, Nick Bruiser at first, Cody Morissette at second, Jimmy Glowacki gets the start today at short, Xavier Warren at third, Brendan Rivoli starting in left field, Judd Fabian in center. We know how hot he's been with the bat, and Kyle Hess is in right with Jared Poland DHing. As Wyatt Young steps into the box, and we are about to get this one underway. Rain chances in the forecast, none right now, but it certainly is a little foggy, expecting the lights to turn on at any moment. Dumkowski into the windup, kicks and fires the first pitch, a fastball catching the inside part of the zone for strike 1. Young, the shortstop today, .367 average in 29 games played for the Red Sox. He's only been out in 1 game. Here's the 0-1. It's off speed. Young swings at it. He's now down in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, good start for Dumkowski. He struck out 5 his last time. Can come out and start Wyatt Young, who went 2 for 2 in the game yesterday with a K.
Came in a pinch hit appearance. The rising sophomore going to Pepperdine University, originally from Honolulu. The 0-2 is looked at for strike 3, and Nick Dumkowski starts off this game with a strikeout against one of the hottest hitters in the league.
Not only that, a strikeout on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Wyatt Young. And already a little bit of confidence now for Dumkowski and for Carmody behind the plate as well.
And now it's Brad Beasley. He had a big night last night, 3 for 4, an RBI, 1 walk as well. The first pitch from Dumkowski is a swinging strike on an off-speed. It's 0-1. Beasley, a rising senior from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. 0-1. It's high for the first ball of the game on the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 for 4, 3 runs scored last night. Had a 1 for 4 performance the game before against Harwich. The 1-1 is swung on and missed at a pitch low. It's now 1-2.
And Beasley had the RBI that ended up winning the game for YD. Had a two RBI single back in the 7th inning, which was all the offense that the Red Sox needed. They ended up getting a little bit of insurance as well.
1-2. Off speed, just gets a piece of it. Beasley fouls it off back to the backstop. He remains in the count 1-2. The Braves come into this game 4th place in the Western Division with 24 points. Have a commanding 11-point lead over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, who sit right now in 5th. Here's the 1-2 pitch fastball, a drive to center field. Judd Fabian's under it, now has to move in. He makes the catch on the run for the second out of the inning.
And something to watch out for here, Sam, is the fog, and we're not used to seeing that, at least here. I understand even in places like Chatham, you usually get that 8th inning fog, even at places like YD. We have some fog here, so Fabian initially had to take an extra second or two to identify where the ball was at, get under it, and then hustle to make the catch.
Especially with the lights not on yet. Here's the first pitch to Tate Samuelson. It's a fastball high and outside. Starts him off 1-0. He comes in with a .243 average. 17 for 70 on the year, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. He went 1 for 3 last night with 2 RBIs. 1-0 is swung on and missed on a nice breaking ball from Domkowski. Evens it up 1-1.
Good pitch from Domkowski. He's working well so far through the first two batters. He's got a tough out to get here in Samuelson.
1-1. Just fouls off first base side and out of play toward the trees. He's now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Domkowski throwing to his college catcher, and Robert Carmody just signed and activated today from Hartford. The Braves have released 3 catchers on the year so far. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's an off speed that Samuelson flies out first base side, out of play. Bruiser was chasing it down. And Carmody's originally from Canton, Massachusetts, just 1 hour away from where we are in Bourne, Massachusetts. 2019 struggled, a 193 average, 11 strikeouts, went 16 for 83. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Tate Samuelson. Got him swinging at a pitch in the dirt. It's picked up by Carmody. Throw to first is able to get Samuelson for the drop third. Domkowski starts it off by putting the YD Red Sox down in order. 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom half of the first. You're watching Bourne Braves Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the first inning, let's take a look at how the Braves line up for this game against the YD Red Sox, game number 30 of the season. Leading it off will be Cody Morissette playing second base. Xavier Warren in the 2-hole. He's playing third. Judd Fabian in center. In the 3 spot, Jimmy Glowenke in the cleanup playing short. Jared Poland followed by Kyle Hess, Nick Bruiser, Brendan Rivoli in the 8, and Robert Carmody in the 9 spot, rounding out the lineup. They'll be facing off against Ryan Hare of the Red Sox.
Yeah, Hare out of UNLV coming into this game. He's also got a clean record at 0-0, only making his 3rd start today, an ERA of 3.68 through his first 2.
The first pitch to Morissette is low. 1 ball and no strike count to him. The rising sophomore out of Boston College. 271 average. 0 for 4 performance last night against the Red Sox at Red Wilson Field with 1 strikeout. Here's the 1-0. Fastball down the middle for a strike. Bounces out of Carson Taylor's glove, the catcher. 1-1. It's Hare at the mound. Taylor behind the plate. Tate Samuelson at first. R.J. Yeager at second. Wyatt Young takes over the shortstop spot. Riley King at third. Noah Campbell in left. Brad Beasley in center. And Sam Hall in right field with Andrew Eister, the DH for the Red Sox. The 1-1 is driven to left center field. Noah Campbell is under it, takes a few steps back, and catches it for a leadoff out off the bat of Cody Morissette.
Yeah, and Campbell a little bit lucky that ball was flown right to him. He didn't have to move a whole lot, just had to battle through the fog and was able to make the catch. And it's a 1-up, 1 down now, 4 in a row now for both innings combined.
And now it's Xavier Warren, a 2 for 4 game last night. He hit a solo home run against the Red Sox. And if you remember earlier in the year, the last time the Red Sox came to Durham Park, it was a 2-0 YD win where they 2-hit the Braves, the only 2 hits coming off the bat of Xavier Warren in that one. He fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. He's enjoyed 4 hits on the YD Red Sox this season. Here comes set. The righty steps off the mound. 1 out, nobody on. YD coming into this game, second place in the East Division, 2 points behind Chatham. Here's the 0-1. It's a breaking ball inside. Warren takes it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It would be nice for Warren to get on base. We've seen him move all around the lineup, batting in the 2 spot here today. He's gotten real used to seeing this YD team pitch. He's played in all 3 of those games.
Here's the 1-1 from Ryan Hare. It's an off-speed outside. Warren takes it again. 2-1. Xavier Warren, second place in home runs on the team. He now has 3. Judd Fabian leads it with 5. And what a hot streak he's been in. 2 home runs in the past 2 games. Here's the 2-1. Off speed, Xavier Warren flies it out to left field. Noah Campbell moving back. He's on the track and put it away for the second out of the inning. 2 fly balls to left field are the 2 outs in the first.
Yeah, and that one even deeper than Morissette's. Campbell had to go back onto the warning track by the time he made the catch, and that ball seemed to disappear by the time he caught it. He was able to really track it in well. That's an underrated ability for a player to have, is to be able to have those types of intangibles, and we hear that word all around, and Campbell seems like he's got them.
First pitch to Judd Fabian is off speed, catching the outside part of the zone, 0-1. Fabian 2 for 3 last night. A 2-run home run that gave the Braves a 3-2 lead. That was short-lived. Here's the 0-1 pitch, off-speed inside for a ball, 1-1. Fabian, 4 home runs in the past 7 games. He hit a big one 2 nights ago against Catuit. Bottom of the 8th inning in a 2-2 ball game. Hits a solo shot to left center field. That gave the Braves a 3-2 win. 1-1 off-speed, grounded out foul, third base side. Now behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Previously, before that Catuit game, he was in a 1 for 16 slump, and now Jordan actually leads the team in strikeouts with 20.
Yeah, he does, and that's been a sore spot for him. He's turned into one of those types of players where it's either going to be a homer or a strikeout.
1-2 is outside, skips away from Carson Taylor. And that breaking ball from Ryan Hare just too wild. 2-2. Fabian now leads the team in average, 296. He's 21 for 71. Here's the 2-2. Off speed, Fabian, little dunker over to right field. That ball will get down for a 2-out single. Judd Fabian gets on. Now a 3-game hitting streak for him, and sparks a little 2-out rally with Jimmy Glowenke coming up now.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there from Fabian. Take the ball where it's pitched. You got an off-speed outside and high, and he lifts it over the head of R.J. Yeager at second base and falls right in for a single. Now Jimmy Glowenke with the opportunity to make something happen here.
Glowenke got the night off last night, was actually going to come in and pinch hit in the top of the 9th before the game was called at Red Wilson Field. Due to darkness, it's one of the 3 fields that doesn't have any lights. As Hare comes set. First pitch to Glowenke is a fastball outside. He takes for a ball. Jimmy Glowenke, a 241 average. 8 RBIs, 2 doubles for him, 9 runs scored. The last game he played in was 2 nights ago right here at Doran Park. Went 1 for 4 against the Kettleers. Righty on righty matchup. Here's the 1-0. Off speed, Glowenke right down the left field line, slicing foul. He's now behind, or now evens up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. Judd Fabian at first, 0-0 score. Bottom of the first inning. The fog is rolling in.
It is rolling in, and that ball off the bat of Glowenke was rolling toward left field, roped down the line, actually ended up out of the park. A foul ball home run, but if you ask Ryan Hare, all that was a long strike.
Hare comes set. Here's the 1-1. Fastball that Glowenke just fouls off. Judd Fabian was taking off on the play. It's now 1-2. We saw a rare Bourne Braves stolen base last night from Giovanni DiGiacomo. Make that 8 on the year for him. A league low number Jake McKenzie has 5 of those 8. Hare staring down his catcher, Carson Taylor. Takes a peek over at first with Judd Fabian. It's a 1-2 count on Glowenke with 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Glowenke thought about it, but he lays off. 2-2.
Yeah, good take there from Glowenke on the fastball. Missed outside, and now he's probably going to get something off speed after that fastball here on 2-2 with 2 outs.
Ryan Hare actually teammates with Hayden King for the Braves, both going to UNLV. Kicks and fires the 2-2 pitch off speed. Glowenke to left field. It's a single. Fabian over to second. Glowenke has his first hit of the ball game, and the Braves put 2 runners on with 2 outs.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Glowenke. Sat on the off speed after he took the fastball on the 1-2 pitch. Got the off speed 2-2. Took it over the head of Wyatt Young as shortstop. And now this is almost the opposite of what we saw last night. The Red Sox, a lot of singles in that game against the Braves, and now so far 2 hits, both singles back-to-back for the Bravos.
Yeah, 1 point for the YD Red Sox. They had 11 hits, all singles. Now it's Jared Poland facing off against Ryan Hare for the first time. The first pitch is a off-speed that Poland check swings. He did go around. Poland, a .286 average, 8 for 28, 4 RBIs. He's got 2 doubles, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. The last game that he batted in 2 nights ago against Katuitt. 2 for 4 game with 1 run scored. 0-1. Off speed, Poland way out in front of it. He swings at it and now makes it 0-2. Poland DHing today. He started as the DH against Katuitt, then later came in to pitch. Went 2 innings, only allowed 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 4. In relief against Katuitt, he actually picked up the win there as well. Here's the 0-2. Fastball in the dirt that Carson Taylor blocks behind the plate. The first ball of the at-bat, 1-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 score. The Braves with 2 two-out hits in Judd Fabian and Jimmy Glowenke. Hare turns back, looks towards second, now kicks and fires the 1-2, and Poland just gets a bat on it. He fouled it back into the, looks like the helmet of Carson Taylor, the catcher, and it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, this is a weird sight, Joran. The sight line of the trees is almost being covered now in fog.
Yeah.
Lights still haven't turned on.
Well, that could have something to do with the fog as well. You know, when you're driving, you're not supposed to have your high beams on. Could be the same sort of situation here.
1-2 on Poland. Small little ground ball over to short. Picked up by Wyatt Young. The throw to first is in time. Poland is retired, and that's it in the bottom of the first inning. The Braves get 2 hits with Judd Fabian and Jimmy Glowenke, and they leave them both on. We head to the top half of the second. You're watching Bourne Braves Baseball on YouTube. The lights are beginning to turn on here at 6:21 Eastern Time at Doran Park. Noah Campbell, Riley King, and Sam Hall all due up for the YD Red Sox against Nick Dumkowski, who struck out 2 in the first inning and sat down the YD Red Sox in order 1, 2, 3. He's looking to continue that momentum throughout this game. Campbell coming up a high 296 average. 24 for 81 on the year, 14 runs scored, a triple, 3 home runs. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0.
And Dumkowski working well in that first inning, striking out 2 hitters, putting down the Red Sox in order, looking to continue that here in the top half.
1-0 on Campbell. A fastball inside part of the plate, evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Campbell last night had 5 at-bats, 2 hits, a run scored, 2 RBIs as well. 1-1. Off speed, Campbell flies out to shallow right field. Bruiser's moving back. He's called off by Cody Morris at the second baseman, who puts it away for the first out of the inning.
And now the light's coming on here, Sam, and I'll tell you what, it's still very tough to see that ball. I lost it trying to track it myself from up here, and Morissette is smart enough to be able to use it and see it through the lights, through the fog, and make the catch, but I think it's going to be a storyline in this game if this fog keeps up.
Braves have really only had to deal with fog one time at Brewster, the second week of the season where it was a rainy game. Here's the first pitch to Riley King, off speed, swinging strike 1, 0-1. It was basically raining all game, and about by the 5th inning, there was major fog, tough to see, ended up getting called early. 0-1. Fastball upstairs for a ball, 1-1. This is the first time we've seen the famous Cape Cod Baseball League fog at Doran Park. 1-1 from Nick Dumkowski. A fastball skied high to right field. Kyle Hess is moving to his left side, now moving in, moving all over the place, and he gets it in the glove for the second out of the inning. And there's that fog again.
Yeah, it's no joke. It's going to happen. We saw Brennan Rivoli early in the season lose the ball in the lights on a clear night. So the lights already have played a part into a game. Now you combine that with the classic Cape Cod fog. I think it's a recipe for disaster. It's going to make for some interesting viewing, though, for sure.
Sam Hall coming up, 2 outs, nobody on. 240 average on his part, played in 20 games. 6 hits for him in 25 at-bats, 2 RBIs, 1 double. First pitch from Dumkowski. Dumkowski is a fastball low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Hall played in last night's game. He went 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, just 1 strikeout. A successful one for him in a 9-4 YD victory. 1-0. Off speed right down the middle for a swinging strike 1. It's 1-1.
And Dumkowski has moved through the meat of this order with ease. Sam Hall would be the last guy to get before you get to the bottom 3 of the order. With 2 outs here, I expect Dumkowski to just go right after him.
Into the windup. Now fires the 1-1 pitch. It's foul on the first base side, going out of play. Bruiser chases it back to the wall. Sam Hall is now behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 0-0 score. Top of the second inning, 2 outs, nobody on. The Red Sox with an 18-win, 11-loss, and 2 tie record. The Braves stand at 12-17, no ties. Here's the 1-2. Fastball outside. Hall doesn't offer. Makes this a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
And 2-2, just trying to get him to go outside. Nothing wrong with that if you're Nick Dumkowski now. And I think we'll see his best pitch right here, whether that be the change or the break-in ball. I think we'll see it here on this 2-2 count.
The lefty into the windup, kicks and fires the 2-2, got him swinging. That ends the inning, and for Dumkowski, that's 3 strikeouts as he ends the top half of the second. Still a 0-0 score. We head to the bottom half. You're watching Bourne Braves Baseball on YouTube. Kyle Hess will lead things off in the bottom of the second inning. A 0-0 score between the Braves and the YD Red Sox. And Hess, an 0-for-4 performance last night with a strikeout. But before that, he had 4 RBIs in 2 games. A 2-run home run against Harwich 3 games ago was the difference there. And then a 2-run single against Katuitt made it a 2-2 game at the time. And now he comes up, faces Ryan Hare for the first time tonight. First pitch, he fouls back to the backstop. 0-1. He had just gotten 1 RBI in his first 16 games. He's been picking up a little bit offensively. 220 average, 11 for 50. Now has 5 RBIs on the year, a home run, 18 strikeouts. Gets the start in right field today. Here comes set. Kicks and fires the 0-1. It's an off-speed outside. Evens up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and he's really been able to pick it up in the past 2 out of the 3 games against YD. It was a pretty forgettable night, though. 0-for-4, a strikeout tossed in there, and he'll be really looking to get it going once again.
1-1. Kyle Hess takes opposite field going foul. Riley King, the third baseman, and Noah Campbell, the left fielder, will watch it bounce in foul territory. So Hess now falls behind, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, this outfield seems to change every game. Tonight it's Rivoli in left, Fabian in center, Hess in right field. Last night it was Kyler Fedko in right, Giovanni DiGiacomo in center, and Fabian played left. Here's the 1-2. Off speed outside, Hess lays off. 2 ball and 2 strike count now.
Yeah, it's a revolving door in right field with a combination of 4 to 5 outfielders. It's a new combination of 3, it seems, every single night.
Ryan Hare into the windup, kicks and fires the 2-2 off speed, and he got him swinging. A foul tip back into the glove of Carson Taylor for out number 1. Kyle Hess struck out last night, now strikes out tonight. Now Nick Bruiser coming up.
Yeah, first out for strikeouts. Hess unlucky there. Already matches the strikeout total from yesterday in his first at bat.
First pitch to Bruiser is a foul ball. Back to the backstop. Bruiser, a .256 average. Rising junior from Stanford. 10 for 39 on the year. His last game, he went 1 for 2 with a triple against the Katuitt Kettleers. 0-1. Off speed falls inside in front of Carson Taylor. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
I mean, good for Bruiser. We've seen him have power in some games, but we've seen a lot of games where that only lasts from that game. He has a couple of games, a couple of doubles, had a triple a little earlier in the week.
The 1-1 is high and tight, ducks out of it. 2 ball and 1 strike count.
Be good for Bruiser, especially as he heads into now his junior season at Stanford. If he's able to really get that under control and become a little bit more consistent.
Here's the 2-1 pitch from Ryan Hare, off speed. Bruiser looks at it for strike 2, and that evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bruiser, 2 games ago, got just the 4th triple for the Braves this season. Hit a ball to deep center field over the head of Dante Williams. 2-2 is a fastball, little chopper over to third. It's fielded by Wyatt Young, the shortstop. Across his body, the throw is off the bag. Bruiser will stay over at first. Tate Samuelson tried to stay on the bag, but he had to leave it and try and dive to catch it. It rolls back to the first base fence. Bruiser stays over at first. In what will likely be scored a single, it is.
Yeah, that would have been SportsCenter top play for Wyatt Young if he was able to make that happen, especially with Fox College Sports being here today. A backhand catch and across his body leaping throw over to first base, and that was almost spectacular, just not for him right now. Now, Brendan Rivoli with an opportunity to make something happen here. The Braves putting some hits on the board here in the early going.
Rivoli gets a rare start today. On the year, he has 7 pinch hit appearances, 1 coming last night where he went 0 for 1 against YD. 116 average. Here's the first pitch from Ryan Hare. Fastball outside for a ball, 1-0. Rivoli actually caught last night. Caught the 8th inning. Jackson Greer came out. Rivoli came in. He did play catcher at Virginia for his freshman season. Decided to stop catching as now the fog is really rolling in. 1-0 is a fastball low. Rivoli takes it. 2 balls and no strikes. And you can barely see the center field wall now.
That's what I was about to say. Visibility right here is at an all-time low so far this season. You can see the fog barreling toward the left field side, moving from first base to third base, and it's a little hazy out there. Sideline, I'd say visibility is probably out to those trees, so probably less than a mile.
Here's the 2-0 pitch from Hare. It's off speed, just nipping the outside corner of the zone for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Rivoli doesn't catch his sophomore season at Virginia, and had told Braves manager Harvey Shapiro that, hey, I can catch if you need me to, but I prefer that I don't. And with Jacob Campbell, an injury, who was cut earlier this morning, Jackson Greer being pinch hit for, Rivoli was the only option. 2-1 is just cracked back to the home plate and hit home plate for a foul ball. 2-2.
Yeah, off home plate and then off of Taylor behind the dish. Got a little piece of that, so it bounces back to make that ball foul. 2-2 to Rivoli. We've seen him struggle a little bit with strikeouts. Be good just to see him put a ball in play. Make YD make a play.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter matchup. Rivoli back into the box. Hare comes set. He kicks and fires the 2-2. It's off speed. He got him swinging a ball in the dirt. Bruiser heads over for a second. It's a strike him out, throw him out as Ryan Hare gets out of the inning. A ball that was in the dirt. Rivoli swings at for strike 3. Catcher Carson Taylor then tags him, and Bruiser stealing on the pitch. The throw over to second is able to beat Bruiser by a mile. So the Braves get 1 hit, no runs. They don't leave anybody on. 0-0 game. We head to the third. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Bottom 3, the Red Sox lineup due up in the top of the third. It'll be Carson Taylor, Andrew Eister, and R.J. Yeager due up in the top half of the third against Nick Domkowski, who has 3 strikeouts so far and has not allowed any hits to this high-powered YD offense.
Yeah, he's been throwing really well. 3 strikeouts throughout the first 2 innings. Has the bottom 3 of the order due up, and a great opportunity for him to work quickly here. And I think it'd be important to avoid the fly ball with all this fog.
Here's the first pitch to Carson Taylor. It's a fastball upstairs of the letters he takes. A 1-0 count. He was just activated today. So you have Robert Carmody, the catcher, and Carson Taylor now batting, also catching for YD, both playing in their first games of the summer. Here's the 1-0. It's a fastball. Taylor lifts it high to center field. Judd Fabian moving to his right. He locates it and puts it away for the first out.
And I'll tell you what, Sam, the guys out on the field are making it look a lot easier than it actually is. A fly ball right through the fog. Fabian having to be able to battle through it and make the catch. That's impressive, and it's not going to show up in the box score, but very, very much so impressive out of Fabian.
Now it's Andrew Eister, the DH, 224 average. He didn't play last night, but went 0 for 3 against Harwich on July 15th. A 1 for 2 game against Falmouth the night before, scoring 2 runs, getting an RBI. First pitch from Domkowski is a swinging strike on an off-speed pitch low. It's 0-1. Eister played on June 24th at Durham Park against the Braves. Went 0 for 3, one strikeout. Here's the 0-1. Fastball outside, but perfectly framed by Robert Carmody, the catcher, for a called strike 2.
And you know that these two have a chemistry. There is nothing like a pitcher-catcher relationship, a pitcher-catcher chemistry, and being able to come from the same school, Domkowski throwing to Carmody, this could be dangerous for hitters up at the plate.
Domkowski into the windup. Kicks and fires the 0-2. It's off speed. Got him swinging. And now that's 4 strikeouts for Nick Domkowski on the game so far and 2 outs in the top of the third.
And Domkowski has been masterful on the mound. 4 strikeouts, at least 1 per inning. And now is only 1 out away from working a perfect 9, going through the order completely once without surrendering a hit.
His season high on strikeouts he's gotten in the past 2 games he's pitched in. Here's the first pitch to R.J. Yeager. Ground ball over to short. Jimmy Glowacki fields it. The long throw to first is in time. R.J. Yeager is retired, and the YD Red Sox go down in order yet again. Nick Domkowski gets through the first time and against this lineup, not allowing a single hit. 0-0 game. We head to the bottom of the third. You're watching Bourne Braves Baseball on YouTube. Zero score heading to the bottom of the third inning. Robert Carmody, the new guy, will lead it off for the Bourne Braves. And folks, with Fox College Sports here, me and Joran get to do a half an inning. So Joran will take the top of the fourth over in the actual press box, and I will be taking the bottom of the fourth inning. Your beat reporter, Carson Field, will be taking over play-by-play duties for the top of the fourth. And what an honor to have the beat reporter, Carson Field, who's made or created many stories throughout the year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Carson's been he's really been grinding out his time here on the Cape, and you know, all of us live together, so we get to know each other a real lot. But Carson is actually, I think he's made the most out of his time here on the Cape. He's turned out story after story.
So Carson will be taking play-by-play for that top of the fourth. Here's the first pitch to Robert Carmody. It's low and bounces in the dirt. He takes it for ball 1. Carmody, a rising senior out of Hartford, lives just 1 hour away from Cape Cod and Canton, Massachusetts. Teammates with, of course, starting pitcher today, Nick Domkowski. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball down the pipe for strike 1. Carmody at Hartford batted .193, 16 for 83 on the year, 9 RBIs, had 2 doubles, no home runs, struck out 11 times and walked 3. Hare into the windup, kicks and fires the 1-1. Fastball is outside part of the plate for a called strike 1 and 2.
Yeah, same pitch, same result there. Fastball in the outer half, and Carmody now his first at-bat is behind.
The 1-2 is a fastball low. Carmody watches. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So he replaces Jacob Campbell, who is the rising sophomore out of Illinois. Was released earlier today, was battling an injury for a good part of the summer. Here's the 2-2. A little chopper, high chopper over to the shortstop part of the diamond. It's picked up by Riley King on the bare hand. The throw to first is in time to get Carmody. So Carmody, a high chopping ground ball over in between third and short. Riley King moves in and gets the bare hand, throws it to first, and Carmody is retired for the first out. Now it's back to the top of the lineup. And Cody Morissette, who's 0 for 1, a fly out to left field in his first at-bat. 3 hits for the Braves, none for YD so far. 0-0 score. The first pitch is inside. Morissette takes it, gets behind Carson Taylor, the catcher. It's now 1-0. Ryan Hare staring down Carson Taylor. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Morissette. It's a breaking ball inside. Morissette takes. He's now ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, the season has gotten just past the halfway point. We're now on game number 30. But in the preseason practices, here's the 2-0. Morissette watches a fastball in the zone for a strike, 2-1. The preseason practices in early June, manager Harvey Shapiro didn't have really any infielders to work with, and Cody Morissette was the only one. For 3 days, he played second, shortstop, and third. All of those positions in practice for manager Harvey Shapiro as the 2-1 is fouled off toward the snack bar on the third base side. The count now evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Morissette, after starting the season 2 for 18, a 111 average, has raised that to a 271 average and was good enough to be named an all-star. 2-2. Off speed, Morissette, high fly ball to shallow left field. Noah Campbell actually moving back on it. He's at the track and will make the play for the second out of the inning. Well, that ball got a ton of carry. The wind is moving out toward left field, and Campbell tracked it down just before the warning track for out number 2.
At bat, number 27 from Central Michigan, Xavier Warren.
And now it's Xavier Warren with 2 outs, nobody on. Just 3 hits in the game, all coming from the Braves. Judd Fabian, Jimmy Glowacki, and Nick Bruiser. The only offense the Braves have been able to get so far through 2 2/3. First pitch is a called strike 1 on Xavier Warren. Back in the box. Fogg rolling in. Now into the outfield as Hare steps off the mound. An unfamiliar sight to Durham Park, at least this season. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's off speed right at the letters for a called strike 2. The fog definitely making it hard for fielders to track down fly balls. Here's the 0-2 on Xavier Warren. Got him swinging. So he goes down, strikes out for the first time tonight. He falls to 0 for 2, and the Braves go down in order. No runs, no hits for the Bourne Braves. In the bottom of the third, a 0-0 score. We head to the top of the fourth. Carson Field will be your play-by-play man for this top half of the 4th inning. So I will say goodbye for now and return to you in the 5th. You're watching Bourne Braves Baseball on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Bourne Braves Baseball Radio Network. I'm Carson Field, taking over play-by-play duties for the top of the 4th inning. No hits so far for the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox as Young steps in over 1 with a strikeout in his first at-bat. Wesley Young is actually batting .363, so obviously a hot start for him to begin the year. Went down with the strikeout his first time, and now Dubkowski with a perfect game through 3 innings, looking to keep up with his success. The 0-0 delivery, and this one is tipped. Actually hits him in the shin for the first strike. Dobkowski's been one of the more reliable arms for the Braves in the rotation this year. Recovered nicely in his last outing against Wareham after giving up 2 early runs in the first inning of that one. Dobkowski already has 4 strikeouts through the first 3 innings of this game. Now Young looking to get something on the board for the Red Sox. The delivery. This one is low and outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Wyatt Young out of Honolulu, Hawaii, has 15 RBIs this season and he plays college ball at Pepperdine, as that one is in the zone for strike 2. 0-0 here in the top of the 4th at Durham Park. Braves looking to get their 13th win of the year. The 1-2. This one is hit out of play behind me, and this one will go as a foul ball. Waiting on deck is Bradley Beasley. Young looking to stay alive with a 1-2 count. The fog is rolling in behind the outfield. High chances of rain later this evening and tomorrow. The delivery from Dobkowski, and he gets them. Young goes down swinging for Dobkowski's 5th strikeout of the night, and the Braves have the first out of the inning. And he has just been dominant with his command tonight. Not a whole lot of balls thrown, only 1 in that at-bat. And now that is his 5th punch-out of the night, as now Bradley Beasley comes in. A Cal Poly product, Beasley has 20 hits this season and is batting .267. And on the first pitch, he hits it to Cody Morissette. Morissette makes the play, throws it to Bruiser, and that is out number 2 for the Red Sox. Dobkowski still showing dominance out there on the mound. No hits through 3.2 innings. As now Tate Samuelson comes in for the Red Sox. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in his first at-bat. .239 on the year. Drawn 6 walks. So we will see what the righty can do. Look to add to their hit column. He went 1 for 3 in last night's 9-4 win for the Red Sox against Bourne. Had 2 RBIs in that one and also drew a walk. The first pitch to Samuelson. This one is tipped and hit on the net. And that will be the first strike of the at-bat. Nobody warming up in the Bourne bullpen. Dobkowski looks like he is in the game for a good amount, assuming he keeps his command. Second pitch of this at-bat is low and in the dirt, evens the count at 1-1. Not a whole lot of offense for either team in this one. 3 hits for the Braves, none for the Red Sox. Now the 1-1 from Dobkowski. And this one is upstairs, and it will go as the second ball. Behind in the count for one of the only times so far tonight. Only 1 home run on the year for Samuelson. This one in the zone evens the count at 2-2. Deuce is wild now for the Red Sox. They're down to the final strike of the inning. Dobkowski looking to get out of this one unscathed. The 2-2. This one is tipped once again, and Samuelson stays alive. Samuelson has the ability to play both first and third base, a corner infielder for the Red Sox. Recently been on a 4-game hitting streak. Trying to make that continue. This one is low and inside for ball 3 as the count evens up. Or goes full, excuse me. Now Dobkowski trying to avoid giving up his first base runner of the game. The 3-2. This one is hit toward third base, and Jimmy Glowinski makes the play, throws it over to Bruiser, and Dobkowski gets out of this one. A 0-0 ball game here as Dobkowski still has not allowed a base runner to this point. You're listening to Braves Baseball on the Braves Baseball Network.
Bottom of the fourth inning here from Doran
At bat,
Park.
number 17 from the University of Florida, Judd Fabian.
Bottom of the fourth inning here from Doran Park, and 0-0 score. The Braves and the Red Sox stuck in a 0-0 tie here. Judd Fabian stepping in. Jordan Palacio alongside Carson Field. A little bit of musical chairs
Yes,
here
sir.
on the broadcast deck here at Doran Park. First pitch to Fabian. He fouls down the left field line for strike one. Fabian, one of the 3 Braves hits so far in tonight's game.
Yeah.
Reached second base, and go ahead, Carson.
Fabian's just been seeing beach balls lately. A 4-game hitting streak now with that hit earlier today.
And he's been seeing the ball real well. As Ryan Hare, who's been working really well himself, comes now with the 0-1, swung on and missed by Fabian. 0-2 the count now, and it's been a very quick game for these two teams, and especially with the weather, that's more of a good thing, Carson, as Ryan Hare gets his sign from Taylor behind the plate. Now the 0-2 to Fabian, and it misses outside.
Yeah, Dubkowski's been working really quickly. He hasn't just been mowing down batters. He's been moving them quickly. Not a whole lot of bad counts for him. He's really been getting ahead of them, and that's made them pay so far.
I'll tell you what, we got some thunder sounds coming in. It's going to be a close one. The 1-2 pops sky high, and it's on the infield. Wyatt Young under it. He's drifting back, and he can't make the catch. He loses it in the fog. Judd Fabian advances to second base, and we were saying before, Carson, that the fog sooner or later would come into a play, and it just did.
Yeah, we were a little distracted by all that fog, the thunder we just heard, and maybe they were too, as just a kind of a mind-boggling play out there in the shallow outfield.
Wyatt Young, an all-star, moving back on the play. The fly ball from Fabian completely lost it in the fog, and to be honest with you, I never really saw it off the bat either. It was a moon ball from Judd Fabian. He'll turn that into a double, and it barely left the infield. Now Jimmy Glowacki with an opportunity to get the Braves on the board here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Hare sets and fires the first pitch to Glowacki, who fouls it off down the right field side. And Carson, after that slump from Judd Fabian, he's really turned it around.
Yeah, he really has. Obviously, it takes time to adjust to the wood bats. Judd Fabian, only 18 years old. He had never played with wood bats in his life. And now I think he's finally hit that groove, and it's obviously showing on the field.
He's had 2 games in a row with a home run. As the 0-1 now from the pitcher Hare is inside for a ball. Ball and a strike now.
Jimmy Glowacki played in most of the games to start the season. Now he's been getting a few days off. Maybe he just needs a little bit of rest to keep him moving. A little bit of a downturn in his numbers, but still batting a respectable .250.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you have guys like Cody Morissette and Jake McKenzie really turn it around. 1-1 pitch from Glowacki, flown out to left field. That's got a chance, and say adios. Jimmy Glowacki, a 2-run bomb in the bottom of the fourth inning, and on one swing of the bat, the Braves have a 2-0 lead.
He must have heard what I was saying about a downturn in his stats. I mean, that one was crushed. One of the deepest home runs we have seen at Doran Park this year. And that might be all the offense we see from the Braves and the Red Sox, just watching the way this game is being played right now.
You have to think that the weather will come into a play sooner rather than later, and we need 5 complete innings for it to count as a real game. And the Braves striking what could be the equivalent of the bottom of the 8th inning. Make that 2 games in a row, by the way, that we've seen a home run. Here's Jared Poland. He takes a strike on the outside half, and yeah, I think Glowacki might have heard you up at the plate, Carson. You gave him some last-second motivation.
He might have. I mean, that could end up being a huge home run, as we might see the second game in a row that gets shortened.
Here's the 0-1 now, and swung on and missed. 0-2. Now, obviously, lights here at Doran Park. However, with the fog the way it is, with the weather the way it is, we'll have to keep an eye on it. 0-2 to Poland, who's 0 for 1 today with a ground out, and it misses inside. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, the Braves just need to get through their lineup quick once again, and then they'll kind of be rooting for that rain to roll in. Nick Dubkowski could possibly get the shortest no-hitter ever.
He could. Let's not call it for sure yet. Here's the 1-2 to Poland. It's in the dirt. The count evens now at 2-2. That's good to see for Jimmy Glowacki. He hits his first home run of the season. And this place was supposed to be a graveyard, Carson, and we've seen We've seen 4 home runs in the past 2 games now.
Yeah, it really was a graveyard to start the season, Joran. And lately, the balls have just been flying out. 3 in that last game, 1 tonight.
The 2-2 to Poland misses low, and it's turned into a busy bottom of the 4th inning now for the Braves.
Yeah, no outs so far. That was a big home run and not great for the confidence of Whitey's pitcher.
Watch out. 3-2 lined right back to Hare. He hits the deck. It's straight up the middle for a single for Jared Poland. Make that the 3rd hit in a row. And the Braves offense are rolling here in this bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, Hare looks like he's a little bit rattled. 3 consecutive hits after only giving up 3 in the first 3 innings. And now Kyle Hess up. This could be what they want because this bottom of the order, Jordan, obviously not as strong as the top.
No, it's not. And here comes Kyle Hess, although the past few games, he's been playing pretty strong. 4 RBIs in 2 out of his last 3 games. He went 0 for in that game against YD last night. He flies this first pitch out into right field. That's Sam Hall, who's working under it. He's got it for a much-needed out number 1.
Yeah, even with that flyout, Hess has been playing really good baseball lately. As you mentioned, he was all of the Braves' offense in that 2-1 win against Harwich. So obviously that huge home run, that carried them, and that was clutch as can be.
And now here comes Nick Bruiser. He singled his first time back in the 2nd inning and then was caught trying to take second base on a ball in the dirt. It was a pretty makeshift strike him out, throw him out to end that 2nd inning. First pitch now to Bruiser, and it's swung on and missed for strike 1.
You mentioned it the other night, Jordan. A little bit of inconsistency from Bruiser to start the year, but when he has good games, he has good games. Usually multiple hits when he is effective at the plate, but when he's not, it's usually multiple strikeouts per game.
Yeah, it's one of those where he just needs to really figure out how to be consistent. Here's the 0-1 to Bruiser, swung on and missed. He falls way behind here at 0-2. Looking around the league right now, the Braves with a 2-0 lead. Obviously, the Braves keeping their eye on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, who currently right now in their game against Cotuit in the bottom of the 6th there, and there's no lights over there, so you have to think that game could get called any minute. Hyannis with a 6-3 lead over Cotuit.
They need about any win they could get right now.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And not sure if you knew there was magic numbers here in the Cape League as the 0-2 misses outside on the fastball from Hare. The Braves have a magic number of 18 to get into the playoffs, and the magic number is based on the points, so a win, the magic number goes down by 2, and for every Hyannis loss, the magic number goes down by 2, so it currently sits at 18. With the Braves win tonight, they can knock that down to 16 and have possibly the 4th place locked up in 4 games. 1-2 is called. Strike 3, outside corner. Bruiser did not like the call. Tyler Bullock getting an earful from Bruiser as he walks back to the plate for out number 2.
Yeah, and you were talking about that magic number. Obviously, a huge lead over Hyannis, but stranger things have happened. Braves just got to keep their foot on the gas in this last part of the season.
Yeah, it'd be easy if everybody that needed to lose lost for the Braves. It'd be even easier if they just control their own destiny and win out and win a lot of the games that they're supposed to. First pitch to Rivoli misses outside for ball 1. The Braves, we were talking about this stretch, Carson, this big stretch. It was originally 17 games in 16 days starting July 5th. And now with a rainout, it turned into 16 games. Now only 4 games left as the 1-0 from Rivoli will gap it all the way in the left center field area. And here comes the runner from first pole, and he rounds third. He's given the go-ahead from Harvey Shapiro. The relay throw overshoots both cutoff men, and it's an RBI double from Brendan Rivoli. Make that a 3-run bottom of the 4th inning.
A huge hit there from Brendan Rivoli, who has struggled for most of the season offensively. That could be a big confidence booster, batting only 114 on the year going into that at-bat, but that could really be an impetus to more production from him.
And you definitely hope so, because Rivoli would be a big batter to have for this Braves team. Here's Robert Carmody now, the new guy, stepping in with an opportunity to make some noise of his own here in this 4th inning because the Braves have already put on 3 runs. First pitch to him, he thought about going around. He holds back. It's a called strike.
Yeah, Sam kind of got the better end of that deal, getting the longer end.
A little bit. Yeah, he did. But, it's we'll take it. A Braves 3-run inning is Still 3 runs for the Braves, still on top here in a very important game as we hear some thunder, and I think the Braves need to start to almost hurry up here.
Yeah, it needs to be another quick inning from Nick Dubkowski.
0-1 misses downstairs for ball 1. Ball on a strike now.
Camedy batted under the Mendoza line in each of his 3 seasons at Hartford coming in, but he does have that chemistry with Nick Dubkowski on the mound. It could have been part of the reason that he was signed.
Yeah, it's a huge confidence boost to have a pitcher or have a catcher mesh so well with your pitcher. 1-1 to Carmody is in the zone for strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes now to Robert Carmody.
Rivoli's a fast guy to have on second base, outfielder. He's one of the guys that could get in on a bloop single probably, so he's one of the guys you'd want and that Harvey Shapiro would probably give the go sign.
Especially with 2 outs as well. He'll be running on the swing with the 2 strikes. And it's chopped right back up to the mound over the head of Ware. Young's got it. He throws across the diamond and in time for out number 3. What a busy inning for the Bourne Braves. They score 3 runs this inning thanks to a 2-run home run from Jimmy Glowacki and an RBI double from Brennan Rivoli. 3-run score. The Braves on top 3-0. Carson, we appreciate you stopping by. It was fun to have you. And we'll be back with Sam Wiederhaft on the call. 3-0. The Braves over the YD Red Sox.
Noah Campbell will lead things off for the YD Red Sox in the top of the 5th inning with the Braves putting a 3 spot in the bottom of the 4th. A 2-run shot by Jimmy Glowacki, and Brendan Rivoli gets his 5th RBI of the summer with a double. So the Braves a 3-0 lead right now. Campbell will face off against the red-hot Nick Dubkowski. First pitch to Campbell is way outside. Carmody chases out of his position. 1-0, and Noah Campbell 0 for 1 with a fly out to second.
Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to be saying this on the air, but Carson already said it in the last inning, so I get a pass for it. There's a possibility we see the shortest perfect game or no-hitter here with the weather how it is.
You're not supposed to say that. The 1-0 is in the zone for a strike, 1-1. And you think I jinx things?
Well, Carson said it before, so that gives me a pass.
Well, 1-1. Fly out to the right field part of the field. Bruiser is moving in foul territory. He will put it away for out number 1. And these fly balls we saw in the last inning so hard to track down. Wyatt Young over at short struggled with one in shallow left field. Nick Bruiser having to really concentrate to track one in. And this is something that at least the Braves haven't really had to deal with this year.
No, especially not at Doran Park. And you and I were talking about it before, Sam, that we knew this was going to be a story coming into this game. We knew sooner or later it was going to affect how the game was played.
Riley King watches a fastball outside for ball 1. King is 0 for 1. No hits so far for the YD Red Sox. We're now 4 1/3 through this game. 1-0 is inside, 2-0. Nick Domkowski, it's showing the chemistry that he's been having with Robert Carmody. His first game of the summer was signed earlier this morning. 1-1 is off speed and high. Or 2-0, excuse me. Now it's 3-0. 1 out, nobody on. 3-0 lead for the Braves. Here's the 3-0. And King watches a fastball down the meat of the zone. 3-1.
And Domkowski now with run support. He's been aggressive up there on the mound, but you have to figure that even with 3 runs, he's going to really get after it.
The 3-1 pitch, King flies off right field going foul. Moving over is Kyle Hess. He will watch it fall into the trees in foul territory, and the count now runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Riley King.
And this would be a chance for Domkowski to set a new season high here in strikeouts.
His season high is 5. He's reached that mark his past 2 starts. Payoff. Got him swinging. And there's a new season high for Nick Domkowski. Domkowski is 6th strikeout, and that's the 2nd out in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, changeup that just falls off the table from Domkowski, drops as soon as it reaches the plate, and he has been, well, to be honest, Sam, you can't do any better than what Domkowski has done on the mound right now.
5 strikeouts, hasn't allowed a single hit through 4 2/3, and the fog has been rolling in all game. Now it's Sam Hall. He struck out in the 2nd inning. The first pitch sails high off the hand of Domkowski. 1 ball, no strike count. The Braves sending 3 pitchers to the All-Star game. Harrison Murkowski, last night's starter. Mac Lardner, the starter against Katuitt 2 games ago. And Carl Johnson, the only reliever. 1-0 was a fastball high and outside part of the zone, called strike 1.
And good pitch there from Domkowski. And 2 outs here in the 5th inning, and we need 5 at least, 5 complete innings for it to be considered a real game. And we never really know when and if it's supposed to come down.
The 1-1 is a fastball down the middle part of the zone. Sam Hall is now down 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs. 3-0 lead for the Braves in the top of the 5th inning. Nick Domkowski hasn't allowed a single hit to the Red Sox yet. The lefty, now time is called by Carmody behind the plate. And this really says something after this YD lineup got 14 hits on the Braves last night, 9 runs. 1-2, got him swinging. Strikeout number 7 for Nick Domkowski. He gets out of the inning untouched. No runs, no hits. It's a 3-0 lead for the Braves. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Back to the top of the lineup, Cody Morissette will lead things off for the Braves, a 3-0 lead. All 3 runs coming in the bottom half of the 4th inning. A 2-run home run from Jimmy Glowinski, his first of the summer. And an RBI double by Brendan Rivoli has us where we are now. And Morissette's 0 for 2. 2 flyouts to left field. The first pitch is low for a called ball on the Braves' second baseman, 1-0.
And Carson and I were talking about it, Sam, that we hear the thunder. So this storm, I feel like not a question of if, but more of when.
1-0 is looked at by Morissette for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves looking to put some more distance between them and Hyannis. The magic number is 18. 1-1 is low, 2-1. In terms of points for the Braves, they need 18 more points to make it to the playoffs. Every single time the Braves win, it goes down by 2, and every single time Hyannis loses, it also goes down by 2.
Bet you didn't know that there was magic numbers in the Cape.
No. 2-1 Morissette, a drive into right center field. It'll get into the gap. Rolls all the way to the wall, and Morissette is running off to second. He's not stopping there. Morissette gets over to third. He's down with a slide. A leadoff triple for Cody Morissette.
And the Braves bats are back today. A leadoff triple for Cody Morissette. Took that into the right center field gap, and this is almost the polar opposite from the team we saw yesterday for a large part of the game. Already 3 runs scored and looking to add on to it.
Just 5 hits for the Braves last night against this same Red Sox team. Now they have 8. Morissette leads off. He's 90 feet away in a much-needed insurance run. Now it's Xavier Warren. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch from Hare is off speed and high. 1-0. With the completion of this inning, this game is a complete game. So no matter what weather happens, it will go into the record books as an official game. Here comes Sam. 1-0. He's off speed inside. It bounces off of Carson Taylor's chest protector. He maintains it. 2-0. Xavier Warren homering in last night's game, his 3rd home run of the year. He's homered against Falmouth, Harwich, and now the Red Sox. Morissette's on third. Hare kicks and fires the 2-0 off speed outside part of the plate, and Xavier Warren has a 3-ball and no strikeout.
Xavier's going to be taking all the way here on this count, and I think the Braves, more or less, will be cruising here. I'm not sure if they want to send Domkowski out to the mound again.
The 3-0, Xavier Warren swings at it and lifts it to high left center field. It's going back. It hits the track. Xavier Warren going over to second. Cody Morissette easily strolls into home. It's an RBI double for Xavier Warren. He swings at a 3-0 pitch.
And I love that, Sam. He knew that was going to be the best pitch no matter what. He got the green light from Harvey Shapiro, and he did not miss it. Fastball that was about belt high. He takes it the other way into the left center field gap. An RBI double, and this might be the end of the day for Ryan Hare.
Scott Pickler, the manager, will make a motion to the bullpen, and that will be it for Ryan Hare. He gets roughed up in the bottom of the 4th and bottom of the 5th innings. He will be out of this game, allowing 4 runs and 9 hits on the Braves side. New pitcher for the YD Red Sox. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Braves Baseball on YouTube. Ryan Hare gets taken out after 4 innings pitched, allowing 9 hits, 4 earned runs as it stands right now. But Xavier Warren is his run over on second. Strikes out 4, doesn't walk any. And the new pitcher for the YD Red Sox is the rising junior out of Northeastern, Brandon Dufault.
Yeah, Dufault out of Northeastern University, 0-1 on the year, a 7.94 ERA. He's thrown in 7 games, started 2 of them, and we last saw him, or I should say YD last saw him throw for 2 innings. He got the loss in that outing at Orleans. It was a 15-3 result, giving up 5 runs off 8 hits, and he's left to clean up the dirty work of Ryan Hare.
And his first matchup is probably his toughest. And Judd Fabian, who's already 2 for 2. Fabian now 7 multi-hit ball games during his summer stay on the Cape. Xavier Warren's at second. The first pitch to Judd Fabian is low. Carson Taylor has to block it. 1-0. Fabian's 2 for 2 so far today. 2 singles. He came around to score on the Jimmy Glowenke 2-run homer in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Dufault steps off the mound. A high 7.94 ERA on his part. Now he's calling a conference with Carson Taylor as catcher. Both catchers in this game making debuts, and Carson Taylor and Robert Carmody both being signed and activated earlier today. As Taylor talks with Brandon Dufault.
And we had a debut of our own here, Carson Field, debuting on play-by-play this season for the Braves.
And if you're an avid fan, you would recognize him from doing color against Hyannis just a few weeks ago.
That was when Henry Davis hit his home run as well.
You're right.
Our resident good luck charm.
Dufault, hands meet at the chest. He kicks and fires the 1-0 pitch, fastball low and outside. Fabian watches, now has a 2-ball and no strike count. 9 hits for the Bourne Braves after only getting 5 last night. YD no hits after getting 14 last night. Such a flip of 2 ball games. Dufault comes set, takes a peek over at second, now fires the 2-0, fastball low and outside. A 3-0 count on Judd Fabian. And Jordan, does he swing here? Xavier Warren did.
Well, in this situation, 3-0, nobody out. I say why not? If you get your 1 pitch in 1 spot, that's what Fabian's looking for. He knows to himself, all right, I'm going to look for a pitch right here, and if it's not here, I'm not swinging. And if it is, I think he's letting it loose.
The 3-0 on Judd Fabian. It's a fastball down the middle that Fabian lays off, called a strike. 3-1 count. The Braves playing Eastern opponents are 6-8, 12-17 on the year overall. At home, they're an even 500, 7-7. And getting their 7th win at home Monday night against Katuitt. The 3-1's a chopper, third base side. Count now runs full on Judd Fabian, 3-2.
And right in the forecast tonight, so we were talking to General Manager Darren Weeks. He said that he is going to try and get the tarp out after this game, and I think it'll be a comedy show. Quinn Stebbins, one of the do-it-all interns here for the Braves, he's going to be leading that crew trying to get the tarp over the infield.
Payoff on Fabian. It's high and tight. He takes it and walks. Judd Fabian gets on for the 3rd time tonight. Warren stays over at second, and now Jimmy Glowenke, who belted a 2-run home run to left field in the 4th inning, now comes up with runners on first and second. And YD already in a little bit of a tough situation. Warren at second, Fabian at first. A couple sprinkles coming down here at Doran Park. The fog has stayed there all game. Here's the first pitch to Glowenke. It's off speed. He takes to left field, a ground ball that skips over to Noah Campbell. Coming home is Xavier Warren. It's an RBI single for Jimmy Glowenke. Make that 3 RBIs for him on the game, and the Braves lead 5-0.
Yeah, it's a 5-run lead, and all the 5 runs scored in the last 2 innings. Glowenke sitting first pitch fastball. He got it and took it right by the third baseman, Riley King. And the route is on right here at Doran Park.
5-0 lead for the Braves. Jared Poland coming up. He singled in the 4th inning. Came around to score on the RBI double by Brendan Rivoli. First pitch skips behind Carson Taylor, at the catcher's position. Fabian gets to third, Glowenke to second. 2 runners in scoring position for the Braves with still nobody out.
That takes away the double play opportunity. Everybody moving to second and third now. So as the rain begins to spill a little bit here, so nobody out in the bottom of the 5th.
And you know who's praying for this rain? Nick Dumkowski. I'm not going to say.
Why's that?
I'm not going to say.
Why's that?
He's been pitching a really good game so far.
Yeah.
Let's say that. There's a 0 on the scoreboard where the hits column is for the Red Sox.
See, that counts. That's got to have counted.
No, there's also a 0 where the error column is.
Yeah, I think it's too late.
And I don't think that Dumkowski has given up a walk.
So you add those all together, Sam. What does that leave you with?
Really, really good pitch ball game at the ball yard.
Yeah, at the good old ball yard here at Bourne Park.
Dufault comes sent. Here's the 1-0 pitch on Poland. He fouls off to the screen. Well, even it up, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rain in the forecast for today and tomorrow. The Braves will play at home against Brewster. Fabian at third. Glowenke at second. 1-1. Poland, little chopper over to second. R.J. Yeager, it bounces off of his glove. He maintains it. Throws over to second. Glowenke ran all the way to third. So picking it up will be Tate Samuelson. It's Tate Samuelson and throwing it over to second and getting Glowenke. That's one way of doing a double play, but Glowenke, another base running mistake.
Yeah, he took the words out of my mouth there, Sam. It's another base running error, a mental error for Jimmy Glowenke. A slowly chopped ground ball, and he assumed that Judd Fabian would be trying to score on the play, and he was not. He stayed at third base. Glowenke didn't realize till he was all the way at third base, and by the time he was going back to second, the throw was in time, and it was a big 2 outs there for YD.
And so now it's going to be Kyle Hess. He watches ball 1 low. Two outs in the inning. Fabian's still over at third. The rain coming down harder now. 10 hits for the Braves. They have rained on the run.
Nice.
Thank you. 1-0. Hess watches a fastball right down the pipe for a strike. Evens it up, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hess 4 RBIs in his past 2 games. Or past 3 games, excuse me. Went 0 for last night with a strikeout. Looking to bring home Fabian for his 6th RBI on the year total. The 1-1 is looked at for a strike on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strike count to the Braves right fielder. I don't know if you consider this a sprinkle or a pour. I think it's kind of somewhere in the middle.
Definitely not a pour.
It's
Definitely not a sprinkle either.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's in the middle.
Here's the 1-2 on Hess. It's inside. He turns his back and watches ball 2. Evens up the count 2-2. The Braves wearing their camouflage hats when they're in the field for Military Appreciation Night tonight at Bourne Park. Dufault comes set. He will kick and fire the 2-2 pitch, taken right back up the middle. It's another RBI for Kyle Hess. 5 RBIs in the past 3 games after only getting 1 in his first 16 games. It's a 6-0 lead for the Braves.
And the Braves really are pouring it on here. 2-2 fastball. He takes right back up the middle. And all anybody can do is just watch it hit the ground. Hess with another RBI. And here with Nick Bruiser coming in, the Braves really feeling themselves tonight. 3 runs in the past couple innings.
Here's Bruiser. He's 1 for 2. A single and a strikeout looking. First pitch is a check swing, appeal over to first, and first base umpire Joe Peters says that he did go around. It's 0-1 to Bruiser. 6-0 lead for the Braves, and Nick Dumkowski has been throwing a gem on the mound. 0-1. Off speed, Bruiser flies out. Heading behind the backstop, moving back on it is catcher Carson Taylor, and he watches it fall into the stands. Bruiser's now down 0-2.
We didn't even know it, Sam, but that might have been the best chance at a foul ball we had. It actually hits off the top of this pole right here in front of us. As the rain starts to fall harder and harder, fans clearing out. Try and get in some dry shelter. Bruiser now has to come from behind here at 0-2.
Here's the 0-2 pitch on Bruiser. Hess takes off running. He lifts one high to left field. Noah Campbell, the left fielder, moving in. He will make the play in left field for the third out of the inning, but Kyle Hess knocks in a run, and a few more come to score as well. The Braves lead 6-0 on a 3-run bottom of the fifth. We head to the top of the sixth. Nick Domkowski coming up to continue his stellar performance. Braves up 6-0. You're watching Bourne Braves on YouTube. Nick Domkowski back on the mound, and he looks to continue what's been a stellar performance so far. He'll face the 7, 8, and 9 batters with Carson Taylor leading it off for the Red Sox. Taylor is 0 for 1, a fly out to center like so many Red Sox are against Nick Domkowski tonight. He has been, would you say perfect?
I didn't say it.
Through 5. Here's the first pitch to Carson Taylor. It's an off-speed falling low, 1-0. The rain continues to come down. Nothing said yet. The field looks in okay condition. Not really coming down hard enough to cause any delay. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball on the lower part of the zone, called strike 1. 1-1. Nick Domkowski already has a season-high 7 strikeouts. He had gotten 5 in his past 2 starts. 1-1. Looked at for strike 2. Carson Taylor now down in a 1-2 hole. Domkowski not taking a ton of time in between pitches. He is continuing to fire them right into his catcher, Robert Carmody. The 1-2. Off speed and low. Carmody blocks it. Evens it up 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, good pitch there from Domkowski. Didn't get him to bite. Now I think we'll see the classic changeup here from Domkowski.
2-2. Taylor looks at it low for ball 3, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, now we'll see Domkowski's best pitch here. 3-2, top of the 6th inning. Whatever he's got here is going to be his best.
This is the second 3-2 count of his start so far. The payoff is just fouled off toward the backstop. Taylor stays in the at-bat, 3-2. Nobody out, nobody on. 6-0 lead for the Braves in the top of the 6th. And time being called, we'll have third base umpire Jeff Marzell moving in, and they're going to pull the players off the field. I believe we're going to be under a lightning delay.
Yeah, I believe Jeff Marzell, the third base umpire, he signaled like there was a lightning delay. So the bullpen was cheering for it. So we're going to be under a delay at least for, I believe, the next half an hour by protocol here.
Yeah, lightning delays are half an hour. And they pull the players off the field. The fans heading toward the exits. It's a 6-0 lead for the Braves. And Carson Taylor has a 3-2 count on Nick Domkowski. So we will return with any further update, but right now this game is in a 30-minute lightning delay between the YD Red Sox and the Bourne Braves. We'll return, and you're watching Bourne Braves baseball on YouTube. Folks, as mentioned earlier, we are in a 30-minute lightning delay here at Doran Park. The Braves have a 6-0 lead currently in the middle of the top of the 6th inning, and we're going to have to pack up all the equipment, take it inside. Another lightning strike just comes and stop the stream for you. So we will, if this game resumes, try and get back on our YouTube channel stream and have the rest of the game for you. But right now, we're going to stop the stream, put everything inside, and wait until some further action is announced. But the Braves right now a 6-0 lead in the middle of the 6th under a 30-minute lightning delay. We will see you if this game returns.